Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Now the method I'm going to teach you is not going to get you super fast, but it will put you on the right track to get super fast. But you will need to learn more beyond this tutorial, and I will be making some more videos related to speed cubing in the near future, okay? So before we get started, I need to teach you some notation, okay? So you will see some letters in your algorithms, and I will put all the algorithms in the description and on the screen when I show them. So, the notation is going to work like this, okay? This is the up side, this is the right side, this is the front side, this is the down side, this is the left side, and this is the back side, okay? Those will be abbreviated, okay? So this will be U, R, F, D, L, and B, okay? So you will see the algorithms there, and if you see the letter just once, that means you need to turn that side clockwise, okay? So that means a U would be that, okay? If you see a prime afterwards, you need to turn it counterclockwise. So a U prime would be like that, okay? If you see a 2 afterwards, you have to turn it twice. So U2 would be like that, okay? So that is how the notation is going to work for this. It's simple notation. So yeah, that's how this is going to work. And with all that said, let's get to the tutorial. So you first got to scramble it up. Okay, so yeah, let's get to it. Okay, with the cube all scrambled up here, we're first going to be doing the green cross, okay? Now, you could do the red cross or the white cross, any color you want. I'll be doing the green cross here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to look for any edges that are already in the cross like this, okay? And you want to put them underneath their corresponding centers in. Don't worry if it's not rotated right. We're going to take care of that later, okay? So then what we want to do is we want to use these moves to get it down. And it's a very intuitive thing, okay? So we see that this is here. We can easily move it down. And we have another one right here, and we can move that one down like that, and that's what you want to be getting, either that or that, okay, right between them, okay? And if you get one where it's between two of these, all you gotta do is do this simple algorithm to get it out. R, U, R prime. It'll get it out, and then put it underneath into its spot like that. So it's very simple to get all of these, okay? And it's just gonna take an algorithm at this point, okay? So the algorithm we're gonna be taking to flip these edges is as follows. F, U prime, R, U, okay? And as you can see, it flipped the edge. We'll do it one more time over here. F, U prime, R, U, okay? So that is how you solve the cross. Very easy. So yeah, let's get to the next step. Okay, the next step we're going to be taking is we're going to be solving all the corners, okay? So there are 3 different ways you can get this, okay? So what you want to do is you want to place the corner directly above the slot it goes in, okay? And you will either get this case where the green sticker is on the left, you could get it where it's on the right, or you could get it where it's facing away from everything, okay? So that's what you need to look for on this, okay? So what we want to do is we want to do the algorithm for each step, okay? So if it's on the left, the algorithm is as follows. L prime, U prime, L. And as you can see, that put the corner in the correct spot, okay? Now if it's on the right, you want to do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, okay? And then if you get this case where it's away from it, you want to do it like this. The algorithm is R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. And as you can see, that put the corner in the correct spot. Okay, if you get this case where a corner is in the right spot but not flipped right, or if all the corners are in the bottom layer but there's some not in the right spots, you need to take one out. Now we obviously need to take this one out, so the algorithm you want to take to get it out is that algorithm I showed you in the cross, okay? That will get the edge out, okay? The algorithm again is R, U, R prime, okay? And after that, all you have to do is apply whichever case you get, and that will solve everything, okay? So that is how you solve the corners there. So yeah, let's get to the next step. Okay, now for the middle edges, okay? So what we want to do is we want to put the middle edge right here, and we want to turn the bottom like this until the color facing away from the blue side matches up with its corresponding center, okay? And you have 2 cases you can get. You can get this case where it's on the left, or this case here where it is on the right, okay? If you get it where it's on the left, you want to do this algorithm. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. And as you can see, that put the edge in the right spot, okay? And if it's on the right side, do this algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. And as you can see, that put the edge in the right spot, okay? Okay, if you get this case where an edge is in the right spot but flipped wrong, or if all the edges are in the middle layer but there's some not in the right spots, just like with the corners, you want to take one out, okay? Now, this is going to be more complex than that, okay? To take an edge out, you want to do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, U prime, F, okay? That'll take the edge out, and once it's out, you then want to put it in whichever way you have to go, okay? And that's how you solve all the middle edges. Yeah, that's all I have to say there. Let's get on to the last layer. Okay, for the last layer, the first step we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a blue cross, and of course it can be a different color. And before we get to that, I need to teach you an algorithm that you're going to be using, okay? The algorithm is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Okay, so I need to teach you that algorithm right there. So remember that algorithm. So with this step here, you're going to have to tag along with whichever spot we have, okay? So I'm at the farthest spot away from it being solved, okay? And basically, we have to work our way to the solved position. So you can get this case where there's nothing solved. You can get a case where there's two edges solved and they're adjacent to each other. Or you could get two edges solved that are across from each other, okay? And I'm at the farthest one away, and that actually is the order of them, okay? So I want you to tag along with whichever part I'm at, okay? When you get this case, do the algorithm in any spot. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, okay? And then you will get this case where there are two adjacent to each other, okay? Do the algorithm right here again. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, okay? And then you get them where they're across from each other. Do it one more time here. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that will solve all of the edges here, okay? So with all that done, let's get to the next step. Okay, the next step that we're going to be taking is we're going to be rotating all the corners here so that it's all blue on the top, okay? And this case, just like the last one, you're going to have to tag along with the spot I'm at, okay? So before we get to this, I need to teach you an algorithm, okay? The algorithm is R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, okay? That is the algorithm you need to know for this. So you're going to have to tag along with the spot I'm at, just like the last one, and I'm at the farthest one away where there's nothing solved. The next one would be where there are two corners solved. Next one would be where there's one corner solved, and then after that it becomes solved, okay? So here's what we're going to be doing, okay? If there are none solved, you want to look at it like this, and you need to put it so that there is a blue sticker right here in this spot, okay? So this would work, but this wouldn't work, okay? Do the algorithm, okay? And then after you do that, you have to do this on this spot here, okay? Do the exact same thing right here when there's two solved. So the algorithm, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, okay? And after you do that, instead of putting another blue sticker here, you then want to put the solved corner right there, okay? And then what you do is you then do the algorithm again, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, okay? And after you do that, you then have to put it there again if it doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, do it one more time like that. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, okay? And that will solve all of the corners here. So that's how you solve all the corners. So let's get to the next step. Okay, now we need to permute everything and put them in the right spots. So we're going to be taking 2 steps to do this, okay? The first step is we're going to be doing it on the corners and then on the edges, okay? So what we want to look for on this are headlights right here. You want to put them in the very back and then apply this algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And that will solve all the corners. Okay, if you get this case where there are no corners solved at all, just do the algorithm in a random spot. And then that will make some corners become solved. Do the algorithm one more time. And that will solve all of the corners. Okay, now on to the edges, okay? So what we want to do is we want to look for an edge that is solved right here, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to do this algorithm right here. R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R. Okay, and if it doesn't work the first time, do it one more time. And that will solve all of the edges. Okay, but if you get this case where there is no edge solved, do it in a random spot. Okay, and then do that same thing I just showed you. And after you do that, all you have to do is turn the top layer until it's solved, and then there you go. Congratulations, you just learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So, hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you, and I will be coming out with more speed cubing methods in the future on this. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video.